More than 40 hours after the illegal building collapsed in Thane, the extent of Thursday's tragedy is still unfolding as rescue work continues at the compound. The seven-storey building collapsed like a pack of cards on Thursday evening. The number of dead has now climbed to 72, including 26 children. It's the worst building collapse in Maharashtra in a decade, raising serious questions about a builder mafia nexus. The Deputy Municipal Commissioner of Thane's civic body and senior police inspector of Thaigar have been suspended for negligence. The under-construction building had no permission, no approval plan, no occupation certificate, even though people were already staying there. And the building, in fact, came up in less than 2 months. A case of negligence and culpable homicide has been filed against the builders who run the run. On Friday, a 10-month-old baby girl was pulled out alive from the rubble 29 hours after the building collapse. Authorities are still searching for her parents. She was brought to the hospital in Kalwa, where she is doing well. If you have any information about the whereabouts of the girl's parents, please reach out to the authorities at the Chhatrapati Shivaji Hospital in Kalwa, where the staff is tending to her. My colleague Rashmi Rajput spoke to the warden of the hospital.
हम लोग सिक्योरिटी है, हम लोग 8-8 घंटे तक उसकी रखवाली करते हैं यहाँ पर। बच्चे के जैसा देखने का अभी तो कोई है नहीं उसका, तो क्या करेंगे?
कोई सामने आया है?
अभी तक तो कोई नहीं आया।
कोई किसने पूछताछ की?
नहीं, सुबह में आए थे, वो बोले उसके सगे वाले का नंबर मिल गया, लेकिन अभी तक तो आए नहीं। जब भी आएंगे जब भी सही मालूम पड़ेगा।
आपने इसका नाम कुछ रखा है?
हमने गुड़िया रखा है, गुड़िया बोलते हैं उसको, और क्या बोले, क्योंकि वो आई गुड़िया जैसी। तो
और जब आई थी तभी उसकी हालत कैसी थी?
ज्यादा खराब थी। अभी तो बहुत चोट थी, अभी तो थोड़ा उसको फर्क है बहुत।
पर आपके हिसाब से एकदम मिरेकल स्टोरी है कि 7 माले की बिल्डिंग धंस गई?
लेकिन देखो, भगवान की ये है दुआ कि उसका नसीब अच्छा है तो बच गए। हम तो दुआ करते कि उसके माँ बाप भी मिल जाए बेचारी को जल्दी से।
अभी तक कोई कंट्रोल नहीं,
कोई नहीं,
इन्फॉर्मेशन कुछ भी और कुछ भी पता नहीं कि इसके माँ कौन है, माँ बाप, इसकी आइडेंटिटी भी नहीं पता। अच्छा, कोई आजू बाजू किसी ने कुछ बताया कि कौन है ये लड़की?
वो आजू बाजू वाली है ना, वो बोल रही है कि उसकी माँ और मौसी दोनों थी, लेकिन अभी वो लोग का कुछ पता है नहीं। हम तो हमारे बच्चे के जैसा रखते।
रोती है
बहुत रोती है, सताती है वो। इसको उठाते तो दर्द होता है ना, अभी वो बोल तो नहीं सकती।
और कितने दिन तक अभी और उसको मेडिकल की जरूरत है?
अभी वो डॉक्टर लोग के हाथ में, हम लोग तो खाली उसको देख सकते, बाकी तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम लोग।
A woman was pulled out alive from under the rubble this morning after being trapped inside for more than 36 hours. She has suffered injuries and is currently in a local hospital. Rescue workers say they hope to wind up the rescue operations by this evening.
Even as rescue operations still continue on one side, here we are told that the rescuers have been able to remove the debris and brought it to the ground level. Now they are actually digging to see if some people are still stuck beneath the ground level. They have not given up hopes of recovering people yet, but as time passes, the hopes of recovering people alive also diminishes. But on the other side, there are demolitions going on in buildings that have been built by the same builder. This was a shade. As you can see, a crane is at work demolishing what is here in this shade, and also we are told that the buildings next to it which have been built by the same builder also might be demolished, because according to authorities the materials used in these buildings are not of good quality, are of substandard construction quality, and so these buildings itself are a risk. In fact, the building right next to the building which collapsed, if I can just ask my camera person to show you this picture, has also got a slight tilt after the collapse, and what authorities say is that these buildings are not of good quality construction, so they may be demolished very soon. But that will take some time. In the meantime, operations of demolition are already on at Lucky Compound. 72 people have lost their lives here in this building collapse, and now the authorities finally seem to be demolishing at least the illegal buildings in this compound. Now this was a forest land. This land is surrounded by hills on both sides, and what used to happen is the water from both the hills used to drain and collect here, so the land was soft, the land was illegally occupied and landfills were done. The plinth was not constructed properly, like we've been reporting all through yesterday. which led to the collapse, apart from the poor quality of construction. But today now, authorities seem to be acting, at least on this compound, demolishing illegal buildings, demolishing buildings with poor construction quality. Yesterday, the Thane Municipal Corporation Commissioner told us that 90% of buildings here in Mumbai are illegal, and that is one thing that the authorities will be looking at now. But clearly it shouldn't have taken a tragedy of this scale, 72 lives to have been lost, for the municipal authorities to act. But now the focus remains on the other buildings that have sprung up in the compound. Authorities say these two are illegal and there will be action against them soon. We may see these buildings being brought down very soon. With camera person Ramesh Sable in the Shilfata area in Mumbai in Thane district, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
The police are currently on the hunt for these two men, Salim Sheikh and Jamil Sheikh. They are the builders whose negligence in fact led to the collapse of the 7-story building in Thane.